Hello, everyone. Over the last few days, I've been listening to a fascinating interview on the Mel Robbins podcast with the late Dr. James Doty. Dr. Doty was a neurosurgeon, and he was speaking about intention, manifestation, self-compassion, and the effect that our internal world has on the direction of our lives. I've always found the idea of manifestation somewhat challenging, and Dr. Doty has a way of simplifying it and bringing it into alignment with what I, as a liberation from emotional eating coach, practice myself. Dr. Doty reinforced for me the point that many of us are living from recordings that were laid down years ago. And those recordings do not just affect how we feel, they affect how we behave, what we believe is possible, what we believe we deserve, how we speak to ourselves after a mistake, whether we move towards something or sabotage it the moment it begins to matter. Most of us don't wake up in the morning and consciously say, I'm not good enough. I always fail. I ruin everything. I can't cope. I'll never change. But many people are living from recordings like these every single day. Automatically, repeatedly. And over time, the mind starts treating them as truth. Why is that? Because our brain loves the familiar. And familiar thoughts create familiar behavior. This is one of the reasons change feels so difficult, because we're often trying to create a new life while listening to the old recordings. Recordings rooted in fear of failure, of rejection, of not being good enough. And fear changes the way we function. We become reactive, protective, compulsive, and we seek relief quickly, which is where emotional eating enters for many people. Food becomes regulation, comfort, reward, and escape, because a distressed mind looks for relief. What I appreciated in this interview was that Dr. Doty approached this from both neuroscience and self-compassion. As he said, heart focus rather than fear focus. Because if someone has spent years repeating painful recordings internally, shame will not free them from it. Awareness begins to free them from it. Seeing the recordings, hearing them, recognizing them, and then beginning deliberately to place something else alongside them. A new intention or direction, a new possibility. This isn't a magical formula. What it takes is practice, because repetition is what built the old recordings, and repetition is what begins changing it. That doesn't mean standing in front of the mirror pretending that everything is wonderful. It means becoming aware of what we are repeatedly telling ourselves and understanding that the mind and body respond to those messages again and again, day after day. So perhaps a useful question is not only, why do I eat like this? But also, what have I been repeatedly telling myself for years? because behavior doesn't appear out of nowhere. Very often it grows from the recordings we continue to rehearse inside ourselves. If this resonated with you, join me next week when we explore more about this topic. Thank you.